Episode 195 of the club, and the message today is don't do Facebook ads. I think it's quite helpful sometimes to be pretty binary, and I can be pretty binary on this one. I think it's safe to say it doesn't matter who you are. I think I can safely say that you shouldn't be doing Facebook ads, in my view. I mean, obviously you can do what you want. It's a free country. But just in my view and in my experience, I don't think doctors should be doing Facebook ads, not because of any kind of ethical thing or anything like that, because I think you can advertise in an ethical way. So I think it's absolutely fine to advertise. Don't get me wrong. Advertising is well, compulsory, to be quite frank with you. If you want to grow your practice, you have to advertise your practice in some way, but just not with Facebook ads. And this is coming off the back of a mastermind call I just had with someone, you know who you are, who was a bit reticent about making a Facebook post because they just got banned from Facebook. And I'm like, what, you got banned from Facebook? Yeah, because it was some kind of health thing. I'm like, what, was it an ad? I'm like, yeah. You are much more likely to get in trouble with Facebook with an ad compared to an organic post. You can, I won't say you can post what you want, because nipples, I get in a lot of trouble with posting nipples, but you can certainly post things on your normal Facebook stream without a problem. But if you start doing an ad and you start talking about before and afters, or some kind of transformation with healthcare, or implying people are going to be somehow better off with your treatment, that will get flagged up from Facebook, and they will not allow that in an ad. So that's the first thing. You'll get in trouble with Facebook by posting things on ads. Much more trouble than you'll get with posting the same thing as an organic post. You can post the same thing as an organic post, no problem, before and after, for instance, or saying that you do hip replacements and they can help people with arthritic hips is fine as a post, but they won't allow that as an ad. So that's the first thing. But then the reason that you don't, and they can be expensive, but the other reason that you don't do, that I don't think you should do Facebook ads, is because Facebook is a very specific market in terms of advertising, because people are scrolling through Facebook looking at their friends and looking at information, so you're interrupting them with your ad. So you've got to be careful about what type of ad you use. So having said no one should use Facebook ads, I kind of stand by that. But if you are quite nuanced in your marketing, you can think about doing Facebook ads, but you have to think about it. And I think that's the problem with a lot of doctors. They don't think about it. They think, oh, I'm going to pay for ads because if I pay, it's done then. But you have to be very nuanced in your advertising, because, as I say, you're interrupting people, so it has to be some kind of information, or some kind of something that's going to be helpful that you're offering them. I got in a lot of trouble actually with Twitter ads, but it's the same kind of concept when I was doing things with tummy tucks and things like that. People getting irate. I was getting those nasty messages saying, why is this appearing in my feed? Are you saying I need a tummy tuck? Oh my God, what have I done? I've upset people, because at the end of the day, they're just looking at their feed and they get some post saying, hey, do you know tummy tucks are really good and they can really make you feel better about yourself? It's like, why am I seeing this? So you get really annoyed if you interrupt their feed if they're not looking for tummy tucks, because no one's looking for the things that you're doing on Facebook. They're just looking to talk to their friends and things. So you've got to be very careful about what you use in terms of your marketing media. If you do want to advertise, you're much better off in that respect doing Google ads. We do a lot of Google ads because people are looking for tummy tucks. You can search people looking for tummy tucks, so they're not going to get upset because they typed in tummy tuck Birmingham. So if they're typing in tummy tuck Birmingham, they're not going to get upset if your website comes up. So they're actually looking for the thing. So it's a lot easier in that respect. And what I find is that people will go kind of to the easiest thing in terms of Facebook ads. But Facebook ads are not easy because they're expensive and they're very it's very difficult to know what to put on there. They're very nuanced, and you can also get in trouble with Facebook with your ads. You are far better just posting stuff on your page. You post stuff on your page. That's your page, so people are less likely to get upset if you start putting stuff about tummy tucks. If you're me, or the thing that you do, you're unlikely to get a comment saying, why is this here? Because they're going to be people who are following you or interested in you. So posting organically things on your page, you'll be able to post a lot more. You'll be a lot more flexible about what you can post. You can post things about healthcare in your posts, and it's free. It's absolutely free. I always say, you've got to pay for marketing or advertising. You either pay in paying Facebook adverts or you pay in time. Now you might say I'd rather pay in money than time, but in this regard you're much better off paying in time, your own time, and just trying to think of a post once a week maybe, if you can, or relatively regularly. I do these live things every week. Live things I think are good, but just thinking of something that you can post every week. It might just be a live thing like this, just a little nugget and a tip every Tuesday at 3 o'clock. You get on your phone and say, hey, did you know that sometimes we only need to replace half a hip joint. If the cup is good, we just replace the ball or something. I don't know. Do you do that? I don't know. Made it up. But anyway, something like that. You don't have to say more than that. That's it. If you're interested, let me know. You don't need to say if you're interested. If they are interested, they will comment and say, is that right? Can you tell me more about it? So, but posting organically is the way to go. Certainly with Facebook, do not spend money on ads. They're expensive. You're more likely to get banned or flagged up with an ad than you will with an organic post, and they are difficult. You've got to be very nuanced if you are going to do it, because you've got to put stuff that's interesting to patients and not going to upset them if they get in front of them. Because yes, you can highly target patients, but you're targeting them by things like net worth, job title, age, gender, where they live. So you can target patients, but you can't really target them as to people with osteoarthritis of the hip. You just have to sort of guess who these people are going to be, and you've got to put information in front of them that they might find interesting. Golfers, for instance, things like that, but they might find interesting that's specific to them. So there is a market for it, but it's got to be quite specific, and it's got to be relevant and informative for people who are just kind of scrolling, looking at their friends, because they are not searching on Facebook. They are just looking. People are just looking on Facebook. Google, different story. They're searching on Google, but Facebook they're not. So in my view, I would say to you, don't do Facebook ads. Simple as. Post organically on Facebook. If you're going to advertise, do Google ads, but actually I wouldn't even do that, because that can be very expensive, and you've got to maximize your other organic channels before. So organic channels being your Facebook ads, your social media posts, and your email list. So you've got to maximize your email list and your social media posts, both of which are free to market to, before you start marketing to the outside world with adverts. Use the people who are in your ecosystem first. That is probably the mantra of this whole thing, to be honest with you. Work on your ecosystem first. Hope that's been helpful. If it has, there'll be more next week.